donkey and his disciples, and he had told them that they had a place prepared called the upper room. And they went up to the upper room. And then the crowd started to leave. And after Jesus had got into the upper room, he had called and he had spoke to people and had prepared a special room called the upper room in Jerusalem for them to celebrate the Passover. And once they had gathered in, he looked at his disciples and he said, "One of you is going to betray me." One of you is going to betray me. And the disciples all looked at him and said, "Is it I, Lord?"
Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord? Is it I, Lord?
And Jesus said, "One of you will betray me." And at that time, they picked up the bread. And he said, "This is my body, which is broken for you." And he tore the bread, and he gave to each one of his disciples. And he said, "Eat and do this in remembrance of me." He gave it to all of his disciples. Then Jesus held up the bread and he said, "Eat and do this in remembrance of me." And they all ate. They were celebrating the Passover Seder. Then Jesus took the glass of juice and lifted it up. And he said, "This is my blood, which is shed for you, for the forgiveness of sin. I will not drink again the fruit of the vine till I'm in glory. Take and drink." And the disciples picked up their drinks and drank. And Jesus said, "One of you is going to betray me. What you must do, do quickly." And Judas Iscariot was the one who would betray Jesus. And he had heard that the high priest was paying money. So he went to the high priest and he said, "Hi, I am Judas. I have heard that you would pay 30 pieces of silver to know where Jesus is. I have this information." And the high priest said, "Tell me, where is he?" And he said, "At this very moment." No. Judas says, "At this moment, he is in the garden." Now Jesus, at that time, said to his disciples, "I must go now and pray to my Father." He says, "Come, follow me." And they started to go to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus would go and pray to his heavenly Father. And when they were almost there, Jesus turned around and said to his disciples, "Stop. Wait here for me. I must go alone to talk to my Father. My heart is very grieved." And so he says, "Wait here and watch for me." And he went on to the garden. And his disciples sat down And then Peter said, I'm really tired.
I'm really tired.
Let's rest.
Let's rest.
And so they lay down and they fell asleep. And Jesus went to the garden.